You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. As always, the ICC Hour is being brought to you by our friends over at Renaissance Bank. They are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting renaissancebank.com. And now we'll step in the OI ICC spotlight and bring in, well, you know, a guy that's kind of important around here, Dr. Jay Allen. And Dr. Allen, I appreciate you taking time out of your day with us.
Absolutely, Adam. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, school year's gotten here, man. It has flown by so far. Just right off the top, how's the start of the school year going?
It's going extremely well. A little crazy to think we're already in October, well into October, I guess you could say in one sense. It's a fast fall. It kind of always is, but this one seems really fast. I'll say, though, when you start thinking about soccer, we'll be wrapping up a season before very long, volleyball, golly, football for that matter. Yeah. I mean, it's coming fast.
It is. And that's one we always say one of the bad things about working at a community college, one of the few bad things, actually, is the short period of time that we have with the kids here. And that's just an example of it. You blink and it's done.
I mean, I thought the bad thing was working with me. But, yes, you're right. We only have our students, by and large, for 2 years. And I love it when they make it the best 3 years of their life, and some of them do. But the reality is we're going to have roughly half our students will be brand new each year. And I think about it at graduation time when I see those students walk across the stage, and I'm like, man, how are we going to replace these great leaders? These are just awesome individuals. What are we going to do? And then fall comes and these freshmen walk in, and I get a chance to visit with them, and I'm like, yeah, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And we're replacing them with another great set of students. So it's fun now to see as we get into this far into the fall semester, those students that are now taking on leadership roles, they're stepping up, they're getting heavily involved in engagement opportunities on campus, and you realize that we've got another great batch of students.
We got those great batch of students, great batch of faculty and staff that really make ICC a special place. And I know you got a few notes in front of you, but man, we've come accustomed to being recognized as one of the best, because we do say the best start here. But when you have so many other people kind of back that up, it's hard not to kind of wear it with a little bit of pride.
Absolutely. And, being named number 10 best online community college in the nation and number 1 in Mississippi by bestcolleges.com. Well, that's tremendous. It's not something that we apply for. We don't go out and seek that. They pull that information out of some data pools, and they've named us that, and so we're very proud about that. It's a testament to what our faculty are doing in the online environment, what our e-learning department is doing. Denise Gillespie is dean there. The way they pour themselves into that every day, attention to detail, making sure faculty are responding to students in a timely manner, that we're continuing to improve the level of rigor we have in those, and the manner of which we use technology to bring students' educational process forward. It's so important, and so it's exciting there. Top 25 community colleges in the nation by the Aspen Institute for Community College Excellence. Again, always so proud to be in that group. They're just they recognize our level of student success, and that's what that's awarded on, is student success. Ranked number 2 in Mississippi for lowest tuition cost for higher ed among both public and private universities, community colleges, and the like, and also the lowest tuition price in North Mississippi. So the fact that we can offer all of these great things at a price point that almost nobody can touch is really unbelievable. And it's a testament to our employees and our board for keeping our tuition low and but excelling and making every dollar work.
And that's kind of a big point right now.
Yes.
Is, you think about debt.
Yeah.
You can come here, we've got wonderful scholarship opportunities, things like that. But not only that, with it being that low of a price,
Yeah.
it really gives you that advantage of not having to stress over how am I going to pay for school. And then you can start saving up, pay
That's
for
right.
the next step. So it really works in twofold.
With our county tuition assistance program or guarantee program, our counties have been instrumental partners in student success because they're helping to remove a financial barrier. It's a guaranteed last dollar tuition grant. So if after all of your other aid, scholarships, and the like, if you have $1 left in tuition, they're going to cover that $1. And if you have none of that aid, they're going to cover all $15.50 of that. And so that's the tremendous thing that we have with those partners. You never want a student to have to amass debt to get through college, but in some cases it's unavoidable.
Right.
But the lowest amount they can build up is the best scenario. And so we always encourage students to take the absolute smallest amount they can. That debt can loom over you for quite a number of years and decades. And I say that if you think about it, a student right out of high school coming to us with a county tuition guarantee or ACT scholarship, whatever scholarships, they can come through ICC almost tuition free, or should be tuition free. And in any other scholarships or aid they get, cover the cost of housing if they need that, books and those type things and supplies. They leave us debt-free. They get to a university, if they can be in Phi Theta Kappa, our International Honor Society, and get those transfer scholarships to those universities and use that Phi Theta Kappa scholarship and then hopefully a leadership scholarship or something else, they're able to do that and graduate at an unbelievably low price for a bachelor's degree. And I know for my own child, my own daughter, who graduated here and is a senior at Mississippi State, I think by the time all is said and done with the scholarship she had and our cost here, we're probably going to have around $6,000 in tuition and fees.
That's amazing.
For a bachelor's degree. Now, that is not that she got the highest scholarships given by the university. No, not at all. But the Phi Theta Kappa, the leadership scholarship, the scholarships that she had while she was here and the county tuition guarantee, which it was there, didn't have to pay out. That's an unbelievable leveraging of the resources that are in our area with our price point and then using our universities to finish that out. What a great way to get a bachelor's degree with no debt. And that's doable. But students do have to lean into that educational process. So on that note, let me add that according to the institutions of higher learning, the 8 public universities, when they send us data on our graduates that attend one of those 8 public universities, they are producing the second highest number of bachelor's degrees by any set of transfer students across the state, except for one. There's only one, so they're the second highest in the state. They also do that while graduating with a higher GPA than the students who started at the university. And they do it higher GPA than all community college transfer students. So our faculty are making it work in the classroom, providing the proper rigor with the proper support. So that challenge is there, but they're supporting to them to meet that challenge. And then all of our wraparound services outside, including all of our student engagement opportunities that we know keep students excited and engaged with their institution, it's resulting in success, not only here, but when they transfer.
And why is that important, really? I mean, if you think about it, obviously everybody wants to be successful, but why does that translate the way it does?
Well, you think about it, I for my 29-year career in higher ed and in community college leadership, I believe fully that prosperity happens through our doors. You come through our doors and prosperity is available. Is there other ways to do it? Sure there is. But by and large, prosperity, walking through a community college entry point gives you that path to prosperity. And it can help your quality of life, your earning potential, so many things. Not only that, it can help you find your passion. And when you're passionate about what you do at work, it almost is like you're not working.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, and if it's your purpose, it's even better. So I think that's one of the things that makes our emphasis on student success so important, because we're taking individuals and we're helping them get where they want to be, whether that be at another higher ed institution in a bachelor's program, or straight to the workforce, or maybe rebuilding some skills they need to be successful in their ever-changing job world that they're in, we can do all of those things for them. And then our workforce training is helping people not only get perhaps a higher paying job where they work, or sustain the skills they need to keep the job they have for the future, and as the world of technology changes our work world.
And we're talking with Dr. Jay Allen about some of the great things and honors going on here at ICC. You know, and I'm kind of a witness of that, because that's one thing whenever I talk to some students here at ICC, you know, I tell them, like, look, I went to, and I'm not going to name institutions, but I went to a 4-year school straight out of a class that I graduated with 23.
Yes.
So, you know, and I did great in high school, but not knocking the high school, but I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was for self-discipline side of things. So
I mean,
I went from there to here, and
right.
ICC kind of pointed me in a better direction because it was smaller. It was what I needed in life at that point to say, hey, this is what it takes to be successful.
And it built a foundation for you. As I like to say, we are really good at taking students where they are and getting where they want to be by building a foundation that they can then build upon. And I'm evident in that as well. I went to a community college in the Jackson metro area right out of high school, grew up there, went to that community college. Not as prepared as I should have been, without a doubt. But what I found is I could be extremely successful in the collegiate environment if I would attend class every day.
Yep.
Stay awake and take good notes.
Yes.
And then review those notes and study. And it was amazing how I could produce more A's than B's, get in Phi Theta Kappa. I could then be sought after as a transfer student and be offered scholarships at a university that I was not going to get as necessarily as a freshman. But then as I got to that university, I looked back at the foundation that was laid for me, the ability to write and write properly in a classroom and put together an appropriate composition, the math skills, the science background that I needed to build on when I got to that university. There's no doubt in my mind I would not have been as successful as I was without having that foundation laid. But also in a small classroom setting, as you're kind of alluding to, with faculty that are pouring themselves into you, and they want to see you succeed, and they know you, and they're going to know that you're succeeding or not. And to me, that is exactly what community colleges in Mississippi do, and it's definitely what ICC does.
Yeah, and I always joke with other people that kind of work at other universities that I work friends with. They're like, man, you know, we always hear about ICC, and they're talking about this math teacher, that science teacher, and those are classes that are hard, so teachers aren't normally liked as much, and they're just talking about how much they love those teachers from ICC.
That's right, and when you can get a rigorous class setting, rigorous professor that's providing you the support to meet that challenge and pours themselves into you and your experience, man, it makes a difference. And you want to take them again. You know it's going to be hard.
Yep.
But you don't want to take the easy road. You want to take them again because you know, A, you're going to learn, but B, it's going to be a worthwhile experience. And we do that every day. And that's what makes me so proud of our faculty in all of in academics and in the career area. It's just story after story of where they have made themselves known that they care about that student and what their path is and where they want to go. And they're going to help them get there.
Well, Dr. Allen, we're coming up on a break real quick. You got time to take a time out and come back for more?
Absolutely.
We'll be back more of the ICC Hour right after this.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Wowza! The three-meat treat from Little Caesars with delicious bacon, Italian sausage, and pepperoni. For only $8.99, it's also the lowest price in three-meat pizzas. What's your favorite part about it, Professor Amon-Ra?
Meat plus meat plus meat.
Wow, Professor Amon-Ra, you're a great mathematician.
Mathematician, more like meatmatician.
Oh, my bad. Order the three-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
My name is Emily Loden-Jones, and I am the instructor and the program director for the Forestry Technology program at Etowah Community College, and I have taught here for 15 years. Our students learn how to identify native hardwood species and softwood species in this area. They learn how to cruise timber and evaluate it for selling purposes. They also learn a lot about forest management regimes that we use to get specific objectives from our land. Our program will accept students either in the fall, the beginning of the fall semester in August, or in January, the start of the spring semester. This program is a 2-year program in which you will obtain an Associate's of Applied Sciences in Forestry Technology. It's also a transferable program to Mississippi State University in the College of Forest Resources. Most of our courses are taught in a traditional format because it is so outdoor based. We have one fully online class and one hybrid class. Freshmen attend 2 days a week for forestry courses, and sophomores attend 2 days a week for forestry courses. Our students usually obtain employment in either the state sectors or either in private sectors. A minimum starting salary would be, if you went to work for a state agency, of about $30,000 a year. And I would say most students would probably start around $36,000 to $40,000 a year. The best type of student for this program is one that does not mind being outdoors. It is hot, it is cold sometimes. They also need to understand that this is not just an outdoor program, but is a math, science heavy curriculum. Our one requirement is that you have a good pair of boots and some bug spray.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
It feels like the deck is stacked against you before you even start your business. What's the difference between someone who fails and someone who succeeds? To succeed, you need an edge. You might invent technology that nobody else can imagine. Maybe you make the perfect product with the perfect fit. But what every successful business has is a bank that is there for them. Instead of saying slow down, a bank that asks, what's next? Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Continuing our conversation with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen. And Dr. Allen, so many positives there in that first segment that we talked about, all the great recognitions that the college is getting, all the opportunities for our students that come here. But not only that, but there's so much going on at ICC right now. Yeah. New buildings going up, fun activities for students. It's the retention is a big thing now in community colleges.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that really have improved over the years under your leadership here at the college.
Well, Adam, a couple of years ago, I've been here 7 years now, and we as I assessed our institution and figured out where we were and where our strengths lie, where perhaps some weaknesses lied, and we did some, in essence, SWOT analysis experiences with faculty, staff, and students. It gave me a better idea of where I thought we could go. And one of the things that I really wanted us to focus on was the experiences of our students, our student engagement. And we had to build some things out. We had to have a director of student activities, and then later had to give them an assistant because the volume had grown so much.
Yes.
It was, COVID obviously always slowed a lot of stuff down, but at the same time, it also gave us the ability to appreciate what we had before that and how we build back into that. And studies show that the more engaged a student is on a college campus, the more likely they are to succeed and to be retained and complete. And so we also at the same time started really investing in our instructional support services. And it's those wraparound services that students need outside of the classroom to be successful in the classroom. And you start pairing all of that together, and you get a synergy that occurs. And instead of 2 and 2 equaling 4, it equals 5 or 6 now. Right. And it's because things are working together at a much greater rate. And our students have responded, and those activities are so important to them. It's also bringing us more students. They want to be a part of this environment. They hear not just that they're successful in the classroom, but how much fun they're having.
Yeah.
And that's important for us. So, we've got some activities coming up. Our fall preview day the other day was a success, sharing with high school students and their parents the great opportunities at our ICC. Had a little bit of rain intermittently that day, but it really worked out. It was also a hurricane moving through, I believe. So we lost some students that day, not to the hurricane, but because their high school games were moved to Thursday night due to weather. And so, that impacted us, but we still had, I think, the neighborhood of 350 or some odd folks that were out there doing that. And so it was just tremendous opportunity to share ICC. We're shifting our All-American Heroes Night again because of the bad weather we've had on 2 ball game days. Shifting that to a November basketball game. And that'll give us a kind of a unique opportunity to move some of those activities to basketball, bring in a different crowd, have a different experience, and I'm excited about doing that and honoring our American heroes, our first responders, military, and the like. And then, go ahead.
I do have one question about that, because Dr. Boggs is really proud of his fireworks show that he puts on that night.
No.
Are we still going to let him do that indoors?
I don't know that we're going to allow him to do that. He'll run around with a Roman candle in a heartbeat if we'd let him. But maybe we can bring some cool sparks in there or something. But it is going to be difficult to pull off the fireworks that night. Hopefully they'll be at homecoming. Maybe we can make that happen.
And speaking of homecoming, that's coming up soon.
It's coming up soon. October 17th is the date. And going to have a fun-packed set of activities honoring our alumni award winners, Sports Hall of Fame award winners. What a great time to reconnect with some folks that will be back on campus for the first time in a while, others that are back every year for that event. It's always a fun event. Our band gets to perform that night and put on a great show. You've got the homecoming court. It's always neat to honor those students and to have that as part of our event, our game. And then you got a football game on top of it all. And so it's not a football game that happens and we just happen to be doing homecoming. It's kind of all together. And so I'm excited for our student athletes to perform. So, it's really neat. And then you got the cheerleaders out there as always. They do such a great job. So I love our home game atmosphere. Crowds have been wonderful. Even we had great crowds in that pouring rain that night. And it was neat to see our students coming out for that. So that's coming up on the 17th. The following Saturday is the Tomahawk Marching Band Festival, which is a competition for high school bands, and that is an all-day event. I think the last trophy will be handed out around 9 o'clock that night, and it's an all-day event, but it's a really great event, and it helps our local bands prepare for their competitions that they're going to at the state level, and it's a chance for them to kind of get some judging happening, find out what they need to improve on or what they're doing really well and build on that. So it's a great day. Our band performs, so it's a neat for that experience to happen as well. And then, there's just the average daily thing that's going on. I think I saw Indians Got Talent event coming up here pretty soon. What a great way to showcase our current students, their singing and or other talents that they might have and the chance to show those off on stage. What a neat event.
I do encourage you to visit iccms.edu. About midway down that homepage, you'll find a calendar of events. You can click on that and learn more about other things going on throughout campus, or you can visit letsgoicc.com. That's our athletic website. You can find the calendar of events there. And real quick, Dr. Allen, just talking about sports right now.
Yeah.
Football's on fire, soccer, getting ready to start basketball, softball, baseball going through fall ball right now. Of course, it's a little extra for baseball since they're having their field work on. But
they're adjusting.
Yeah. So, but right now, a good time to be an Indian. Well, always a good time to be an Indian.
Always a good time to be an Indian. But I tell you, the other thing is, when you look at our student athletes, they put so much time and energy into their sport, and those coaches do as well. and it's so exciting to watch them perform on their field, court, diamond, whatever it may be, and to watch them excel, to overcome adversity and challenges and find ways to win. It's neat to see that. You know, again, it's another challenge of the community college setting. You've only got those athletes for 2 years max, barring those COVID years that some had. Yeah. But you have those 2 years, and so roughly half the group's going to be freshmen. And so building them up, preparing them for that competition. You know, there's really nothing like Mississippi Community College athletic competition. It is unique across the country to have this much competition in our state. We jokingly say it's the SEC of most sports in the community college world. And we beat up on each other quite a bit. And on any given year, there's multiple teams in Mississippi that are or could be in the top 10, 20, whatever rankings at the national level. And that's a testament to what we're doing and the quality of athletes we get.
Absolutely, and what a fun atmosphere it was the other night when volleyball hosted Northeast.
Absolutely.
We saw what makes ICC so great. We saw all of our other athletic programs coming out to support the volleyball team, the BSU, the Wesley Foundation, just students that wouldn't normally come out to a game.
That's right.
Came out, wore their white, and made that such a fun atmosphere.
Absolutely, and it's exciting for me to see that happen. And it was a neat atmosphere. It was a fun night. Students, you know, leaving the cafeteria early to get over there to that, and even postponing some other activities perhaps to get there and take advantage of that and be a part of that. And I tell our athletes all the time, man, you've got to make friends outside of your sport so that those people want to come watch you play, because the more they know you, the more they're going to want to come support you play. But then you do that for the other teams, these other students that you know that are athletes. Go watch them play. It's that cross-pollination that just breeds so fast for us, and it creates the lifelong memories. And they're going to remember sitting there as a team and the chanting and all the things and the supporting of that team playing. It goes a long way. And the athletes feel it. They feel it on the court. They feel it on the field. They know that they're being supported, and they want to perform for those individuals.
Well, Dr. I got one more break.
Yes.
Then we'll come back and talk maybe not the most fun part of the job coming up for you starting here pretty soon. But we'll be back more of the ICC Hour right after this.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Wowza! The three-meat treat from Little Caesars with delicious bacon, Italian sausage, and pepperoni. For only $8.99, it's also the lowest price in three-meat pizzas. What's your favorite part about it, Professor Amon-Ra?
Meat plus meat plus meat.
Wow, Professor Amon-Ra, you're a great mathematician.
Mathematician, more like meatmatician.
Oh, my bad. Order the three-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome to the pasta party!
1, 2, 3.
Making new traditions.
Now let's go and keep going.
Sharing old stories. Homemade pasta.
Enjoy. Cheers to us. We did it.
And a nice cold Coke.
Okay, ready? 1,
Ready.
2.
That's my recipe for magic.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Etowah Community College, the best story here.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on Super Talk Mississippi, continuing our conversation here with ICC President Dr. Jay Allen. And we kind of teased it going into the break, the not so fun part of the job, but the necessary part of the job. And, well, I'd say it's fun. It might be fun to you. I don't know. But
there's days.
Yeah. But, legislation season starting here pretty soon. I imagine this week, actually.
Yes, I'll actually be in Jackson this week for a luncheon dealing with some educational items that one of our legislators actually chairs. College and universities in the House has called us down to see if we could go over some items. And, the legislative session doesn't start until January. However, our legislators, many of them, especially those committee chairs and the leadership they're there off and on all year long. Chasing issues, building agendas, reviewing items, data, and the like, and there'll even be hearings about this fall about budget requests and those type things. So, and not every year, but often the community colleges are called to speak to that. They've already had some meetings on some workforce participation rate issues and the like, and our community college board executive director has spoken at that and represented the community colleges. So there's always something going on in Jackson, and it often draws me down there to represent not only ICC, but in many cases the 15 community colleges as a whole. And, I'm really blessed to be able to do that. Yes, it's time away from campus, which I don't enjoy, and it's time away from family. I don't enjoy that. But I have to remind myself, I did sign up for this,
yes.
And it is part of the job, but it's also a part of the job that pays off for ICC and the community colleges, and then also at times for higher ed as a whole, because sometimes we're there arguing on the behalf of not just community colleges, but higher ed as a whole. And so those have impacts that we feel for a long time. So it's worth my time and energy. It does make for some long days. It makes for some long return trips that same day to Jackson. But we've built relationships there. We've had a level of success. And we're going to go there and do the things that we do there to hopefully breed more success as long as we can. As long as we find that it's working, we will do that. And it's really, Adam, it's about relationships. You've got to build the relationships both there and back home, and find ways to support those leaders and their efforts and what they're looking to promote for our state. I'm also in a unique spot. I have to work with whoever's elected.
That's true.
Doesn't matter what side of the fence they're from. It doesn't matter where they're from in the state. If they're in the leadership role, I work with them. And so, you are always trying to find a way to connect to those individuals. And when we're successful at ICC, it makes it even easier to do that. It really does. And they want to hear about the great things that are happening here.
Well, one of the great things that are happening is the enrollment increase. Another year of enrollment increase. Just talk about that.
So anytime you have an enrollment increase, it's great for the institution in multiple ways. Obviously, we have the opportunity to educate more people. I love that. That is, we know there's more people out there that need what we offer and the life-changing experience through higher education that we offer. So I'm excited anytime that occurs. But then it also helps us financially because it impacts our state reimbursement, that state reimbursement model that the state has based on FTE, full-time equivalent. And it's a somewhat complex system, but in essence, if we grow, we have the ability to get more of that state appropriation. So there's a positive there. But when you grow 7% last year and then you follow it up with a little over 4% growth this fall, and last year we grew both fall and spring semesters at that roughly 7% rate or better, man, to sustain that and grow again is huge. It really is. Over 5,200 students enrolled this fall. That's a lot of lives we're going to touch. You think, you've got all the non-credit students, the workforce training that we do, the adult basic ed. ICC has the ability to touch a tremendous number of people a year, and that impact is felt all across all 5 of our counties, and for that matter, really probably across this whole region as a state. So the enrollment can never be underestimated as important. It is. It's also always exciting because I used to be a dean of enrollment services. So when that enrollment goes up, you feel like all your efforts have paid off. Doesn't necessarily mean that you weren't doing good work when the enrollment didn't go up, because there's so many factors in the community college setting. The economy plays a huge role. The worse the economy is, probably the better our enrollment's going to be. But we don't really wish that on the economy. We want good times because we typically get better funding during those good times. So it's a trade-off. But I'm excited that students are seeing the positive things that are occurring and they're showing up.
One thing that's always struck me as interesting whenever we talk about, what goes on in Jackson is, we're battling for students. We want to get kids from Northwest. We want to get kids from Northeast. But at the same time, all the presidents come together as a group of one for the better good of the community college system.
Yeah.
Just talk about that unique, not diversity, I guess you say, but unique aspect of that.
Yeah, it is unique. I worked out of state for 3.5 years in Kentucky, and while I was there, it was a system. So it was 16 colleges that answered to one board and one system president. Even as a college president, that would be my boss, would be the system president rather than my local board like here. So there were times where we were very, very focused as a system, and there were other times where we were not. Mm-hmm. And what I found that was odd, where here in Mississippi, when we go to the legislature, by and large, sometimes things don't go like we want it to, but by and large, we're focused on the good of the 15. And our ask, we come together as presidents in the summer and do a legislative workshop where we develop our legislative goals. These are the things that we want to ask for. This is the message we want to get across. These are the facts we're going to use to sustain those arguments. Here's the way we think we're going to approach that. Here's what we're concerned about. That could come that is not maybe a financial impact, but it's a policy impact. So, these are things we need to be aware of. But we work on that as a team. And then as the session grows, the session is like a monster.
Yes.
It grows at its own pace. It eats what it wants to eat. It tackles what it wants to tackle. And you can go in with the best of intentions, and none of that will occur. But at the same time, every bit of it may occur and more. Mm-hmm. You never know.
Right.
And, last year we knew that they were going to be talking about the K-12 funding model. There were a number of other issues on the table, and that was going to eat a lot of oxygen. It was going to consume a lot of the oxygen at the Capitol, and it did. But still a lot of other good things occurred. So you can't write off a session halfway through because you never know where it's going to end up. But you also can't go in and think, hey, we've been successful, we're done, let's go home. Oh, no, there's still more time left, and you never know what may come up, because it's not just getting what we asked for. Sometimes it is helping legislators understand why what has been proposed would be bad.
Right.
And working through that so that we help them understand the unintended consequences or the unfunded mandates that would be placed upon us, or how this new law, this new bill that would proposing to go to law would conflict with federal law. Mm-hmm. And federal policies that we have to meet, and that the precarious position it puts us in at times. So there's a lot of those factors that come into play. Again, it makes our time in Jackson not only important, but typically worthwhile.
Absolutely. Not to compare, it's more apple to oranges here, but for my line of work, it's like I told somebody the other day, if you ever want to try to sell something, get in JUCO athletics or JUCO news, because you got the high schools that get all the attention, the D1 schools that get all the attention. So you have to fight, but a large part of that fight is partnerships.
That's right.
Our partnership here with Super Talk, other, radio stations, television stations, those friendships we build. You talked about it earlier, but can you allude to that a little bit more?
Well, as I mentioned, relationships, massively important. And that's true at the Capitol, without doubt. But having those relationships so that I can walk in a door and ask for help, or in some cases that has occurred in the last couple of years, I get tugged on by the elbow, and it's a legislator saying, hey, I need you to help me understand what happens if we do this, or I need you to be aware that this may occur. Mm-hmm. And I want you to be prepared for that. And then that gives me the ability to go and convey our thoughts and our messages with others, but that occurs through trust.
Right.
And if they don't have that trust with us, they may not come forward and do it. That's the other positive of having 15 presidents across this state working at the legislature. There's one or two of us there every week, sometimes more. But if something comes up, we can get on the phone, we can get on a text message and say, hey, guys, I'm concerned about this. We need to develop a stance. We need to develop our answer to this question, or where we may want this to go, because it looks like it's going to happen. And we have to pivot. That's why the session, what you intend to occur may not occur,
Exactly.
and you have new priorities that are set in the middle of a session. But having those 15 that can work together, because it may not be my area of expertise, but it's my week at the Capitol, and I may look around and I may be the only president standing there at that very moment. I'm like, I don't know a whole lot about that item, but I know people that do.
Right.
So then we elevate that up, and we all begin to weigh in and try to come forward with a consistent response. Or sometimes it's, hey, I need y'all to get here.
Right.
And, the ones that live closer to the Capitol, they can get there in an hour or less.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 3-hour drive for us, no matter how we cut it, So when we get down there, we usually spend more than a day, because we've driven a long way to get there and a long way home. But it all goes back to the relationships. And you're right. Getting them to both hear the message and to be willing to receive the message occurs through that relationship and that trust. I think about what y'all do with streaming and the way you carry our sports programs across our state and beyond, for that matter, across the world. Not just the families can watch it, but many people can watch it, and they see the great things that are occurring. It's another way to get our ICC message out there.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Allen, we're going to wrap things up here. I'm just going to open the floor to you. It's yours, whatever you'd like to talk about, or who you want to talk about.
Well, I'll say this. I have a saying that I've used for a number of years, that my goal is that we will be a little better today than we were yesterday. And if we do that, amazing things will happen over time. We're going to have some big wins some days. We're going to have big gains some days. And other days, we're going to be happy for small gains. Mm-hmm. But if we do that, the impact we have over time is unbelievable. And that's what I've been proud and excited about our faculty and staff doing. And they're finding ways to get a little better every day, a little better than we were yesterday, make our experiences for our students a little bit better, make our classroom performance a little bit better, our performance on a field or stage or wherever a little bit better. And those things pay off. And then I think about the leaders that we're building, both within our college as employees, but the leaders we're building within our students and the opportunities we're giving them. I just hope that more and more people will not only come and be interested in being a part of the ICC family as a student, as an employee, but community college family as well. This is occurring at a number of community colleges across our state where people are very close to home. I just hope they'll consider that from a sheer savings, but also the impact I know it can make on their life. We always want them to come to ICC without a doubt.
Yes.
But we know that our educational partners out there, other community colleges, are doing great work, and we want to support that as well.
Well, Dr. Allen, I appreciate your time. I know very busy today, and Roll Tribe.
Roll Tribe, Adam, thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate what you're doing.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Wowza! The 3-meat treat from Little Caesars with delicious bacon, Italian sausage, and pepperoni. For only $8.99, it's also the lowest price in 3-meat pizzas. What's your favorite part about it, Professor Amon-Ra?
Meat plus meat plus meat.
Wow, Professor Amon-Ra, you're a great mathematician.
Mathematician, more like meatmatician.
Oh, my bad. Order the 3-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
My name is Kent Lewis. I run the welding program here at ICC. If you're out there looking for a good career, don't know what you want to do, we can take you in 1 year and we can turn you into a welder. We start off learning how to stick weld, and we end up with TIG welding. When you leave here, you will have the skills necessary to be hired by a local manufacturing company or a construction company. Most start out at anywhere from $15 to $18 an hour and top out around $28 in this area. The industry is looking for people who don't mind getting out and getting dirty, hard workers, self-motivated. You've got to push yourself every day to be the best that you can be. It's a very physical job. It's hot during the summer, cold during the winter, but you get well compensated for that. The way I like to structure my class, I really like a lot of hands-on, getting dirty. In the morning times when you come in my class, we'll go to our welding booths and we'll practice our skills. After dinner, we focus a lot on projects. Just take, for instance, this box blade right here. It came in and it was tore all to pieces, and you can see now we've completely rebuilt it. It's ready to go back out and make a living again. As I told you in my introduction, I've been welding for 32 years. It's something that I get up every morning. I can't wait to get to work to strike an arc. It has provided very well for me and my family. I've raised 3 kids and paid a house off by getting out there every day. It's something that I enjoy doing. It's a skill that not everyone can do. And if you can master it, you can be very well paid.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the ICC Hour, as we're going to talk with Kyle Spencer. And Kyle, you've already been on the show before, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, man. So just tell everybody about who you are and what you do here at ICC.
Definitely. So, like Adam said, my name's Kyle Spencer, and I'm a recruiter here on the Fulton campus. And basically, my job is this. I meet with potential students, go to different high schools, and really just tell people about ICC and why I believe it's one of the greatest places.
And one of the greatest jobs to have, and one of the easiest sales to have.
Exactly.
Well, I know you guys are always busy and got big events coming up, but one of the biggest ones coming up is going to be your Emerging Scholars event. So kind of tell everybody what that is.
Definitely. So what Emerging Scholars is, it's an opportunity. We want to offer students who have maybe excelled on the ACT and in the classroom. So basically what this is, we want students who have a 24 higher on the ACT to come to campus and really just learn about the opportunities they have. So we want to tell you about our honors college. We want to tell you about the benefits of being in Phi Theta Kappa. And we just want to give you a tour of campus and let you see our honors dorm, Magnolia Hall. We want you to hear from a bunch of different departments on campus and how we can help benefit you in your college experience.
All right, so just kind of let's run down that real quick. So what is Honors College and PTK?
Yeah, so starting with PTK, it stands for Phi Theta Kappa. And what this is, it's an honor society for students who have a 3.5 GPA or higher. That's a college GPA, so after you finish your first semester, you will be invited. And once you transfer out, if you join PTK and meet those requirements, you'll receive thousands of dollars in scholarships to the senior college if you decide to go there. And what the Honors College is, these are just classes. They'll be a little bit smaller than your normal classes. So there might be an Honors English Composition 1, for example, or something like that. And they'll just be smaller classes, and there's honors research and things. And what these classes will be, they'll just be a lot more hands-on learning. And these will be taught by our director of PTK and Honors College, Michaela Salmon. And she just wants to give you a more in-depth and personal experience on some of these classes, and also just give you a different view of how maybe the college experience could be. So it's good benefits. They're second to none, and you get to learn with other students who meet those requirements and kind of get a different experience than, students who are in other different kind of courses and things. So I think it's a great way to get involved. And also, if you're in our honors college, you get direct admittance into the Mississippi State Shackles Honors College.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing to do. Unfortunately, Wouldn't be something I'd be able to do.
Same here.
Not quite as quick, as smart as some of those kids out there. But again, we're talking to Kyle Spencer about the Emerging Scholars, which that's going to be on November the 7th. Registration is open now. How can they get signed up for that?
Yes. So where you'll get signed up is we're going to send out links, or we have sent you links. So be checking your email. We've also posted it on Go to ICC, our Instagram account, and find it on the ICC homepage under our events tab.
And that's iccms.edu is where you can go there on that events tab. So you talk about this. You're going to get to see Magnolia Hall, tour campus. So really you're going to give them a really good insight of what life is like at ICC.
100%. And you might be, if you've already came on one of our tours on the Fulton campus, you'll see campus again, but we're going to do a different spin on it, where it's going to be more tailored to students who are interested in, maybe honors college or PTK, or being in those accelerated classes. So we're going to talk about how you could, potentially be instructional support leader and help other students in their coursework. We're going to tell you about different community service opportunities you can have around campus if you want to be leaders on campus and things. But we're going to show you all the different kinds of ways you can use your gifts and how you excel, how you can do better in your coursework and advance your college experience, but also advance other students' college experience and how you can help the college grow as well.
All right, so is this for just students only, or can say they bring their counselor, a parent, or how does that work?
Yes, that's a great question. So we invite you, and we would love for you to invite either your career coach or high school counselor. We want them to come to campus with you. We want them to learn about all the opportunities we have, and we want them to grow alongside you in this opportunity. So please, when you fill out the form, there'll be a spot for you to either say you're inviting your high school counselor or career coach, and then also put their information so we can send them updates as well for the event.
So once again, keep an eye on your email. Also visit iccms.edu for more information there. Or you can follow on Instagram, Go to ICC. You need to be doing that anyway, because you can keep up with all the awesome things they do over there in recruiting. Again, that's on Instagram at Go2ICC. So Go to ICC. So Kyle, anything else that we need to know about this Emerging Scholars? Again, November the 7th. Is when this happens on a Thursday. Still working on the timeline, so we'll have some more information on that coming in the future. And registration is open now. Again, visit iccms.edu. So anything else you wanted to tell them, or maybe even encourage someone to come check out ICC?
Definitely. If you're eligible to come to Emerging Scholars, if you've got that 24 or above, we highly recommend you coming to campus and really just having another opportunity to meet other students who are going to be here at ICC in the fall, and it'd be a great way to meet those and build those connections before you even get here to ICC. You're going to receive a tour, and we just love to have you. We want to show you everything we have to offer.
Well, Kyle, I appreciate your time, man, and I know you guys have got to get busy for planning this event. And,
yes, sir.
Have a good day, my man.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
And we'll be back more of the ICC Hour right after this.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Wow, Wowza! The three-meat treat from Little Caesars with delicious bacon, Italian sausage, and pepperoni. For only $8.99, it's also the lowest price in three-meat pizzas. What's your favorite part about it, Professor Amon-Ra?
Meat plus meat plus meat.
Wow, Professor Amon-Ra, you're a great mathematician.
Mathematician, more like meatmatician.
Oh, my bad. Order the three-meat treat for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.